Let's not forget that over this weekend, Donald Trump's plane at Dulles Airport was right next to Vladimir Putin's Russian embassy plane and right next to the United Arab Emirates Air Force C-17 plane. Let's not forget about that. Let's also not forget about the fact that in documents that were released in connection with the Jeffrey Epstein criminal grand jury, Donald Trump's name repeatedly appeared on the message log of Epstein, specifically in 2004. And there were lots of message logs about setting up massages with teenage girls separately. And then as part of the stack of messages, Trump's name appears in other messages, not those, but in other messages. So remember the power of your pen as a media network, or the power of your lens. What you cover and what you don't cover tells us a lot about what your priorities are. And this is one of our critiques of the media and what they refuse to cover. I do want to give a hat tip to Andrew Layden, incredible journalist, for getting these photos, for putting in the hard work. He's the one who captured over the weekend first Donald Trump's plane next to the Russian embassy plane. The Russian embassy plane was there because about every 6 months to a year, they're purportedly there based on this arrangement to pick up diplomats and move them out. That was the at least purported reason why they're there. But that plane next to Trump's plane, and then a day later, the UAE, United Arab Emirates plane was there. Someone asked Andrew Layden, any non-Trump U.S. planes parked nearby? To which Andrew, who was there, said, nope. This was actually a very isolated part of the airport between the runways, not near the terminals or main airport parking area. I just want to report the facts. I'm not trying to give you conspiracies to say that what was happening was Donald Trump giving classified information to Putin or the United Arab Emirates. I'm not saying that at all. There's no evidence of that. It's odd that these planes were next to each other. I am saying that this should be discussed. There should be an examination of what those planes were doing, because as this one account puts it as well, and this is written sarcastically, it's a good thing all the classified documents Trump stole from the White House have been accounted for. Oh, wait, because they have not all been accounted for. And then the same account goes, on a completely unrelated note, it's a good thing that air-gapped systems can exfiltrate data within line of sight. And there's the emoji with the faceplant emoji. Do you think that there are actually countermeasures on Trump's plane to stop exfiltration of the data on the Trump plane? Do you think that Trump's plane is secured with appropriate air gapping measures to try to stop the ability to kind of get into any of the electronics there? I mean, do we think that any of that's actually taking place at all? And especially with these planes being at the line of sight, you're telling me you don't think that, I mean, I don't know, I'm asking, that the United Arab Emirates plane, the Russian plane, and the Trump plane aren't able to share data based on the proximity if they wanted to, or able to get into each other's system? That kind of brings us to the broader topic where I don't want to get into conspiratorial territory. I just want to focus on the fact that those planes were next to each other at Dulles. That's odd, and I think it should raise red flags. Period, full stop. But I also want to talk about the facts, because you hear Trump and MAGA always go, oh, you're just spreading lies about Russia, 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 Russia. Well, look, the very first act that Donald Trump did once he was in office, after he called on Russia to hack into his political opponent's email, what was the very first thing that Donald Trump did? He had the Russian foreign minister, Sergei Lavrov, and the ambassador to the U.S., the Russia's other top foreign diplomat, if you want to even call him that, Sergei Kislyak, were there in the Oval Office. And they were laughing and they were mocking the heck out of the United States, right? The Republican Party went from tear down the wall, Mr. Gorbachev, to they were in the Oval laughing and mocking us. And it is undisputed. Trump provided them with highly classified information in the Oval Office. This is not a conspiracy. It's not, oh, did Trump give him the data? Trump gave them classified information in the Oval Office. He went to a separate area where he allowed no other American interpreter or any of his other advisors to be there. And he spoke with Lavrov and Kislyak alone. And then Trump bragged about giving them classified information in tweets. He tweeted about it. This isn't, oh, Donald Trump did it. Oh, Russia, Russia, Russia. He did it. He tweeted about it. He said, as president, I wanted to share with Russia at an openly scheduled White House meeting, which I have the absolute right to do, facts pertaining to terrorism and airline safety, humanitarian reasons, plus I want Russia to greatly step up their fight against ISIS and terrorism. Trump sent that May 16, 2017. He was there with the Russians in the Oval May 15th, 2017. It's right there. It's all in front of our eyes. But of course, the corporate media didn't want to call that out in any meaningful way. But just take a look at this. You go back to 2013 Fox. This is what Fox was saying in 2013 when they wanted to go after President Obama. Because remember, Mitt Romney talked about the threat that was posed by Russia as a geopolitical foe. President Obama, in a debate, basically tried to make light of Romney saying that. And Romney turned out to be correct about the threat posed by Russia. So here was Fox when they were attacking Obama for basically downplaying the threat of Russia. Here, play this clip.
And you know what? Mitt Romney was right a year ago when he said that Russia was our greatest geopolitical foe. He was right. Whether it's Ed Snowden or Syria or many other things, look at us now.
And here was Romney in 2012 saying that Russia was our biggest geopolitical foe. Play this clip.
Russia. This is, without question, our number one geopolitical foe. They fight every cause for the world's worst actors.
But now you have Fox and Friends and others taking a very different turn. You've got Donald Trump holding rallies in Waco, Texas, where he has speakers like Ted Nugent giving the opening act for Donald Trump. So this is what the Republican Party's become. They've gone from Reagan, Mr. Gorbachev, tear down the wall, to Mitt Romney, skipped a bunch of years there, but to Mitt Romney saying Russia is our greatest geopolitical foe. And then you have Trump's surrogate, Ted Nugent, kicking off the Trump rally in Waco, Texas on the 30th anniversary of the Waco siege, where Donald Trump paid tribute to those who wanted to attack the FBI and law enforcement. And here's what Ted Nugent said before Donald Trump took the stage about President Zelensky of Ukraine. Play the clip.
I want my money back. I didn't authorize any money to Ukraine to some homosexual weirdo. I want my money back.
The media normalizes that. Here's Donald Trump recently at an event at Turning Point USA, attacking President Zelensky as well. Play the clip.
All this money into the Green New scam. It's a scam, one of the greatest scams in history. Although I think Zelensky is maybe the greatest salesman of any politician that's ever lived. Every time he comes to our country, he walks away with $60 billion. And I like him. You know, on the impeachment hoax #1, he was very good. He said, no, the president didn't threaten me at all. He could have been a grandstander and said, I was threatened, right, Matt? He could have said, I was threatened. So I like him. But he's the greatest salesman of all time. He walks in. So now here's the beauty. He just left 4 days ago with $60 billion. And he gets home and he announces that he needs another $60 billion, else it never ends. It never ends. I will have that settled prior to taking the White House as president-elect. I will have that settled. Got to stop it. Would it never happen?
Of course, there was Donald Trump back in 2016 saying Russia, if you're listening, hack into the emails of my political opponent. Play the clip.
Russia, if you're listening, I hope you're able to find the 30,000 emails that are missing. I think you will probably be rewarded mightily by.
And then you have Donald Trump recently making selfie videos of himself saying that he would want to withdraw from NATO. Play the clip.
At home, the State Department, the defense bureaucracy, the intelligence services, and all of the rest need to be completely overhauled and reconstituted to fire the deep staters and put America first. We have to put America first. Finally, we have to finish the process we began under my administration of fundamentally reevaluating NATO's purpose and NATO's mission. Our foreign policy establishment keeps trying to pull the world into conflict with a nuclear-armed Russia based on the lie that Russia represents our greatest threat. But the greatest threat to Western civilization today is not Russia. It's probably, more than anything else, ourselves and some of the horrible USA-hating people that represent us.
Yeah, so all of that's before our eyes. The same way those planes lined up are there before our eyes. And it's time that we ask questions. What's that? Let's focus on the real issues. Is it too hard? It's too hard to talk about it if you're the media. Do you not want to get into talking about Trump's Epstein connections? Is that too difficult for you? Are you afraid that Donald Trump's going to post some mean tweets about you also, media? Or do you just want to perpetuate a Putin-style oligarchy here in the United States? What's the issue? This is what is newsworthy. This is what we should be focused on. Remember the power of your pen or the power of your lens to focus on the issues that should actually matter to we the people. Do your damn job. We certainly are going to do that here at the MeidasTouch Network. Hit subscribe. Let's get to 3 million. Thanks to your support. Thanks for watching.
Love this video? Make sure you stay up to date on the latest breaking news and all things Meidas by signing up to the MeidasTouch newsletter at MeidasTouch.com/newsletter.